Alright, we're continuing with Exploring Creation with Zoology 3, Land Animals for the 6th day. We are finishing up lesson 2. Today we're going to start off by reading about raccoon dogs. Although it looks like a raccoon, the animal in this cage is actually a dog. Yeah, we'll read about that next. I'll show them that next. So, let's go ahead and begin. Is it a raccoon or a dog? This crazy creature that lives only in Japan is oddly both. It looks just like a raccoon, eats the same food as a raccoon, is nocturnal like a raccoon, and doesn't even bark. Unlike other canines, it doesn't climb territory. To top it all off, it even climbs trees. Oh, it doesn't claim territory. To top it all off, it even climbs trees. So how do we know it's not a strange species of raccoon? Well, the raccoon dog, Nysterius prosinoides, has the feet of a dog, not the hand-like appendage of a raccoon. It can hang by its feet like a raccoon can. It can't hang by its feet like a raccoon can. It also has the same teeth the dogs have. In the end, it is simply a dog that looks outlandishly like a raccoon. African wild dog. Can you see why the African wild dog is called a painted wolf?
No.
It's right here.
But why is it painted a wolf?
It's called a painted wolf, I guess, because it kind of looks wolf-like. It looks like a gigantic mouse to me, to be honest.
Well, what is it?
The painted wolf, as the African wild dog is called, is the most social of all the canines. This beautiful colored dog lives in a pack of up to 100 animals. That's a lot of dogs. Can you imagine if we had 100 dogs?
No, that'd be a lot, and they would all be hungry.
Yeah.
And then you have to keep feeding them if they would be all hungry. Like all do it again. I'm hungry.
Right. These beautiful color. Oh, I read that. That's a lot of dogs, but it's helpful to have so many when they're hunting the wild beasts, zebras, and impalas that cross the plains of Africa. As is often the case with canines, only the dominant pair of the pack breeds, and it has pups, and the pack cares for the pups once they are born. These larger dogs have a small head, long colorful legs, and only 4 toes on each foot. Miss Lizzie may be able to see those dogs because she lives in Africa. Okay, we're going to skip over the...
Who lives in Africa?
Miss Lizzie and her children.
I don't know Miss Lizzie.
Yeah, I'll show you a picture of her later. Okay.
Later today.
Yes. Mapping. If you're doing a map of the animals we saw on our safari, put the timber wolf on the map in Alaska, Canada, and Russia. Dingoes live in Australia. African wild dogs should be placed in South Africa. Raccoon dogs live in Japan. Jackals live in Africa and Asia. And coyotes live all over the place, as do foxes. So we might print off some pictures and do that in a little bit.
I think that's a girl bingo.
You think this is a girl? No, it's an African wild dog. Remember, the dingoes look like this. And they are in Australia. So these are in Australia. And these are in Africa. And these are in Japan.
Yeah, but why do they live in Africa with the girl with her kids?
Africa is another continent. That's just where they live. Check it.
But where's Bingo's houses?
Dingo lives in Australia. They're wild dogs. They don't have houses.
And then they're painted here can keep them cool.
No, dingoes don't have the painted look. African wild dogs have the painted look, but they both live in the wild. When hiking through the woods, it is common to find the tracks of coyotes and domesticated dogs near streams and on trails. It is easy to tell the dog's tracks from the tracks of other animals. The first thing to notice about them is the dog's toes are oval-shaped. The 2 front toes are usually even with one another. See how they're even?
Mom is trying to rub the book.
Then take it away from her. These 2 are even. They're next to each other.
Oh, that's a bingo.
You could no. Well, it could be, but this is a dog track, so it could be any of ours. We could probably go outside and see that our dogs leave tracks like this. You can also draw an imaginary X along the ridge between the toes and heel pad. Also, dog tracks will usually show claw marks since dogs cannot retract their claws. The top of the heel pad only has one lobe.
One of our dogs do not make footprints
They
like
do.
that.
We could go do it. Here's the top of the heel pad.
I don't know how do they do it.
That's what their paws look like. Their paw prints. The top of the heel pad only has one lobe, which is much higher than the bottom.
But I don't know how do they make.
They do when they walk outside. And if it's wet and muddy out, then they'll make tracks in the mud. The bottom part of the heel pad has two lobes.
And in the snow. And in the
Yep,
snow.
and in the snow, very good. Two lobes. So maybe once it snows, we could go out and we could try to do this. Look at them.
Level. But we gotta do it with our boots.
No. All right, so that is the end. We're not going to do the experiment. I will take a good picture if you guys decide you want to do it.
Mom,
I kind of feel like that's something for when they're older,
really watch.
because I'm sure we'll redo this book at some point. This is lesson 3 then for tomorrow. I would like to do the map it with the children. I'll take a or zoom out of that. So if you want to do the map it with them, or you're interested in the notebook activities with them, again, I think the kids are they're old enough for the map it, and that's about it. Edward, please stop trying to put your hand in front of the camera.
Are we gonna
All right.
do the map?
Yes, we are, but we're going to read history first, and then we'll do the map it.
Yeah.
Okay, can you say goodbye?
Bye. I think Lee has a nice day in the thank you for listening. Bye.
Okay, Gwenny, do you have anything to say?
Nothing. Bye.
Okay, say goodbye.
We're gonna read a map, and
Okay,
we have this thing.
Can you say
Bye. 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 Bye.